Good morning, good afternoon, buenas tardes. How are we? We're back with another podcast episode. Today we have a couple lovely guests from within our agency. How about you guys introduce yourselves to our audience? Let us know a little bit about you.
Yes, of course. Thank you, John. My name is Cynthia Villanueva. I'm a parent coach and supervisor with the Welcome Baby program here at AVPH. I've been with AVPH. I started in 2015 with a long-term program for 5 years, and then to Welcome Baby, and I'm going into my fifth year too. Leslie.
Good morning. Thank you for having us here. My name is Leslie McEverin, and I'm one of the parent coaches, Welcome Baby program. And I'm being with the Welcome Baby this is going to be my 15th year. So I'm with Welcome Baby since the beginning.
That's that's crazy. Like 15 years though. So you were with them from the start.
Yes,
How much has changed?
a lot.
So you were with them like pre AVPH.
Yes.
She said, "I'm an OG." Like
Yes.
already. To get started, we're gonna do an icebreaker. So the question is, if you could go back to a different decade, what decade would it be? And what is something from the modern day that you'd bring back with you that you can't live without?
I can go first. I would say the 80s. That's when I was, a teenager. Yeah, so there's, like, it's just like the freedom, no bills, of course. When you're a teenager, you're just carefree, right? And what I would bring is just the trust in people,
Mm.
like before, like you could go, well, back home in my country, I was in the Philippines then, you're just go out and about, everybody knows everybody with respect and trust. And now here, when you like have a next door neighbor and you don't even know them, like three houses down,
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's very true.
that is one thing I would bring back. It's just that more like family oriented, and not just with your own family unit, but with your neighbors as a community.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's definitely true. There's been like a culture shift within the last few decades
Yeah.
where it's like very like it went from being like community to very like individual. So yeah, I can definitely see that.
hmm I also think it really depends too. Like, that's like life here in the U.S. Because like I am from Armenia, and like we have the same thing. We were like our doors were wide open, neighbors would come in and out, and I think it's still like that. Um, I mean, yeah, the crime rate went up, of course, because the century shifted, but it's like in certain countries it's still around, like the whole trust thing. But
Yes.
here in the U.S., I don't think you can sleep with the door open.
Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah.
And for me, I would think the 70s. I mean,
Mm.
because the early
Nice.
70s, late to the 60s and 70s, because I was a teenager as well, and it was totally different. And I bring a lot of, I think, values and from that era. And I used to sleep close to my grandma.
Aw.
Every night it was a new lesson, for life.
Mm-hmm.
And I pass into my 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 children's as well. But she always say you have to serve, because if you don't serve nobody, what is the purpose to be here? If you learn something, share, right? And if you have something, share. So
I like that.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was something that she said. No, 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 no. You have something, share. You learn something, share. Don't keep it to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So all those
Aw.
things I brought to um to this era, I guess,
Aw.
and to my job, and also the another thing is the be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if you see somebody needs help, go. You
Mm-hmm.
know, go
Yeah.
Yeah.
go and ask if it's okay. Um, and same as Cynthia, in my country, if we don't have, sometimes we was out in the streets playing, and when we come back home, no more dinner, right, and no more food. So we just go through across the street and have a dinner with the neighbor, right?
Aw.
It was just like that, you know.
Yeah.
Very open door policy.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
and we used to like leave the doors open. It was no problem, and we have a big doors,
Mm-hmm.
but unlocked because we didn't need that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, we can't do that because there's a lot of
Yeah.
crime in my country,
Mm.
like everywhere, I
Mhm.
think.
Yeah.
If you could so something that you use maybe like every day in our current time, would you take anything with you? Like if when you traveled back, like any modern technology or anything like that?
Definitely not cell phones.
Said nope, I'm
But
leaving that
that's
here.
no, because it was beautiful back then, though. Like
Mm.
it's just a trust. I mean, like now, I mean, this is not answering my question, but it's just like kind of relating to, like, we're very like so cautious, especially if you have children. You want to know where they're at. You track them on your phone, especially if they're, like minor, of course, right? But back then, like you just like come home and then your parents just waiting for you and with open arms.
Yeah.
Yeah. But one thing I would take, I don't know, it's totally different generation.
Mhm.
Probably some good, useful technology that's like not available back then. But I couldn't think of any because so many, right?
Yeah. I mean, we use technology every day
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
for even like the smallest things.
Yeah.
But I guess my country is getting into the technology because we can find, well, over there is what is the name? It's a coffee shop, right? That you can go and connect and they have the computers, and you can rent the computer and have the,
Yeah.
access to the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So now is more the internet is more in the houses like
Mhm.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of things that we can take back and
Yeah.
use that.
That was
Yeah.
funny because as a
Yeah.
kid, that used to be like my favorite place to go. Is the little internet cafes
Cafe.
out there
Yeah.
because I was
Yeah.
like, I need to get on the internet.
Yeah.
Can't. Me
Yeah.
being a kid, and I was like, I can't be away from civilization. What is this?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
no,
can't get on Facebook.
Yeah.
Back, when Facebook was a thing. But yeah, and now it's like you go back and it's like internet's everywhere. You
Yeah.
don't even have to like really
Mhm.
look for it.
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
Very accessible, though.
Yeah.
Like that's
Mhm.
what comes with the technology. But
Mhm.
it's just like I think the relationship, with
Yeah.
other people is because all like texting and
Yeah.
and like I have like adult children and I like told my son I haven't talked to you in a few weeks, and he said, Mom, we talk every day. And I said, texting is not talking. But for them, texting is like their way to communicate. But
Yeah.
it's different because when you're talking, there's emotions involved.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's facial expression and the tone and everything that gives more, of course, emotions. And the texting, we put emotions as emojis. And if
Yeah.
if we put the wrong emoji, then they take it differently. Can you imagine?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
See, that's what I was texting nowadays heavily relies on those emojis. Because I need to know what the vibes are, like what's going on.
Yeah.
Because like you said, if my mom texts me with like some weird emoji, I'm gonna be like, oh, we're fighting. I'm in trouble. Like, and it's not even like that at all. But I'm just like, am I in trouble? What did I do? First off.
Yeah, that's so true. I always put hearts, but then I just started learning that colored hearts has different meanings.
Yeah.
So I've been telling everybody I'm in love with you because it's all like red hearts, but like yellow's for friendship and blue is for something else. So now
I didn't even know that.
I started learning to put
Yeah.
appropriate
What?
colored
I didn't know that either until
hearts.
like recent.
Yeah, because like, am I doing this right? I see other people using different colors. I thought it was just their favorite color.
Yeah, that's
So
what
I
I thought
looked
too.
at it, and there's like meaning. So if they're aware of the meaning, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
are we in
real.
this relationship now? Just kidding.
Wait, what does the orange heart mean? Do you know?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot I still don't know. I'm learning.
For real,
Yeah.
because I'm just like I feel like that's the one that I always use, the orange heart. So I'm
Orange
just
heart,
like,
yeah.
let's
Yeah.
Look it up then.
I was like, let me make sure.
Sure.
Let me make sure I'm using that one correctly.
Yeah.
That's so funny though. Okay, so going into it, you guys have had such long careers with AVPH. I mean, just in Welcome Baby in general for some of you. Like, what brought you to Welcome Baby?
Well, it's still part of the home visiting program. My my experience working with children initially before I go to like home visiting programs, like 17 years working with kids. And somebody told me about this agency that serves family, and I felt that's like really my passion. And so I started looking into it and applied for the job. But yeah, I think it's just a passion of helping kids, helping moms, and just providing all this support. It gives you a different sense of, how do you call it, like a satisfaction? How do you call it? Like, I don't know. I can't
Contempt?
say the words. Content of like, yeah, like helping
Like a sense of
families.
purpose?
Yes, yes, exactly. Yeah.
Well, for me, it's a little bit different. I used to work for another agency. I was a teacher, a preschool teacher there, and the grant ended, and they told us that we have to go and collect, and they get the grant again. And somebody told me, why you not come to work with us? It's a pilot program for 9 months. And you can come and work for us until the other grant, kick in. So I said, okay. And and I was sharing with Miss Cynthia that they sent me an email saying that I have an interview for Welcome Baby at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't remember the day, but I think it was on Monday. And but then they sent another email that I never received, changing the time for 8 o'clock. So I was in my house on Monday getting ready because my appointment was at 12, and somebody called me and said, "What? How come you didn't show up for your interview?" And I said, "No, my interview is at 12 o'clock." And and I said, did I miss the interview? And she said, this person said, okay, I'm gonna see what I can do. Just come, but just see if they want to see you after they see all the applicants, because you already was. So I got ready. I went there, and I got there around 11, and waiting, thinking, okay, maybe no, right? And then he said, he come out of the room, and he said, yeah, they're gonna see you. They're gonna see you. Oh, so I said, okay. So they called me in, and I introduced myself. They introduced themselves, and they just give me 2 pieces of wood, sticks, good sticks, right? And he said, if you convince us that you sell us this, right?
Mhm.
We will see. So they give me 10 minutes. I said, step out and think about it and come out with your ideas. And for a moment, I was, blank. I didn't know what to do. I said, what am I going to do with this pieces of wood? But you know, I elaborate. And then I went back in and I started my presentation. And I really having a I wasn't paying attention really in the reactions, but I was very nervous. But I just heard that they laughed and they look at me and and then said thank you so much for coming and all that. And I said, that's it, no.
Oh.
No, 'cause this was,
Yeah.
and then I went home, and I guess 2 hours later, somebody called me and he said, I'm so and so from the organizations that got Welcome Baby. In the beginning, the name was Just to Kids. That was the program. So somebody from that program called me and said, I would just, wanted to know that you got the position, and we're going to start training right away. So I was so happy. I was so happy. And we started to work in an apartment building,
Mhm.
in one of the apartments, and we didn't have no equipment, no computers, no desks. It was just an old file cabinet and chairs, and they train us, and we started. We started seeing
Yeah.
clients, and I remember that maybe 2 months later we got the furniture, like desks and chairs and things like that, and we put it together.
Oh.
We put it together.
It was very much like
Yeah.
you saw it from like its
Yes.
initially
Yes.
like Asian.
Yes. And
Crazy.
and this somebody come and do the computer. We only have 2 computers, and we had to do those because it wasn't
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. They only thinking it was 9 months,
Yeah.
right?
So like don't
Yeah.
put too much.
Yeah. That's don't
Yeah.
they too much. So
I mean, but from 9 months to 15 years?
yeah.
Like, and then now, how long has it been at AVPH? Like 9, 10, 12?
12 years.
That's crazy.
12 years. Yes.
Imagine like going from like, oh yeah, like this is just a 9 month program to 12 years.
Yeah.
You guys have really
Yeah.
just, I mean, that shows that you guys have made a
Yeah.
lasting impact on the community.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
To go from 9 months and grow that big, and then
Mhm.
that big again, and then now we're here sitting at the table with actual equipment.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Leslie started with the 2 sticks, and she was able to sell them. Right? She sold
Not even the laptop. Forget the
2
laptop. 2
sticks.
sticks.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
She
like
said, this is what I got. Say less.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Like, let me tell you
Yeah.
about the time ABPH started with 2 sticks.
Yeah, it started with 2 sticks, and now
That's
it's like keeps
crazy.
going. Yeah, it was
Mm.
amazing when she shared that with me. It's like a different kind of interview, right? And I
Mhm.
think it's just your creativity and your fast thinking,
Yeah.
and how are you going to do this? And definitely,
Oh, yeah.
she's an OG. She's still here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I know where to go to if I have questions.
Yes.
Yeah.
At the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gonna have to like be like, take a number. She's got a little waiting area.
But I think Welcome Baby stay because it's a really good program. It isn't, and in the beginning it was just for teenagers. It wasn't
Really?
no, it wasn't open
Oh.
to anybody. It was just focused on teenagers.
So what was the age group at the time? And then like from that, like how did that grow?
Okay, so we started. I think our youngest one was. I think it was 10. But the youngest client that I got was 11.
Wow.
All to 18 years. That was the
Okay.
So exactly preteen to teen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And it was only for 3 months.
That's really
And-
helpful.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
So only for 3 months.
Only for 3 months.
And for preteens and teens from where it started.
Nice.
Do you know what might have like why they felt like the need for the program?
The program here? To bring the program here, you mean?
Yeah, like why the Antelope Valley? Of all the other places, like why the Antelope Valley?
Well, yeah, go ahead. Oh, no, it started actually in 2009 in like LA.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a pilot program in partnership with the Maternal Child Health Access (MCHA) in partner with California Hospitals Medical Center. And when they started that, they saw the needs in Antelope Valley. I think there were like some reports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in those years, there was a case of with a teenager mom federally injure a baby, and that get their attention, and they found out that every 25 cases of child abuse, 11 was done up here.
Wow.
Okay.
So almost half.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why they decide to bring the Welcome Baby here to help
Yeah.
teenagers.
And I've heard about how California split into districts. So I know I think we're District 6 or 7, if I'm not mistaken, because I've seen it at Best Start a few times at their meetings. So
I know we are spot 1.
oh, we're spot 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, out here.
Oh, so I mixed it. Okay. So I was
Yeah.
I was that's why I'm let me bring it up. I'm let me find out the real information because I'm I need a refresher. But yeah, I'm compared to Beverly Hills and stuff like that, Antelope Valley is cut off from LA, and it's lack of resources, and the people out here suffer because of it.
Yeah.
They really need
Yeah.
Welcome Baby and programs like that because it's sometimes people get away from LA and they come here because it's cheaper to live here, but then they find out there's lack of jobs, there's lack of resources, there's lack of and so that's when you guys come in, or that's when public services comes in general, and we help the community.
Yeah. Would you guys say that maybe some of the cases of child abuse might come from not from a place of malice, but from a place of just ignorance, they just don't know any better? Because I feel like a lot of people will just be oh, well, I mean, that's how I was raised,
Yeah.
that's how I was raised, that's how my parents raised me. And
Yeah. No, exactly. Sometimes because that becomes the norm environment for them. So if a child grew up in a a DV household, that's their norm. So when they move out and they go into on their own, they think that that's how they handle anger and issues is through violence with their partners. But yeah, definitely, and lack of resources, lack of information and guidance and support,
Yeah.
So speaking along those lines, it's and I'm not saying that that's the only reason why child abuse exists. I'm sure there's several reasons you guys could educate us on, but so piggyback off of that, like what kind of services do you guys offer to the community?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome Baby offers it's a home visitation program and offers visits one-on-one with the client
Mm-hmm.
and provide assistance on different depends on the client's need. We provide assistance with now that we have prenatal, right? And so we help the clients to have a healthy pregnancy and of course a healthy baby.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we continue to see them, to support them in the lactation part of the, the postpartum, and also connecting them with resources. Depends on their needs.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things Welcome Baby is also the help the mommies to help the babies to reach the milestones.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Do you guys also teach them like soothing?
Yes,
techniques?
we do.
See, because I remember a while ago, I think I did see something that Welcome Baby was doing within the community, and they had little baby dolls, and they were like teaching people how to soothe. And I was like, that is so funny.
Yeah.
I mean, to me at the time, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
they're playing with dolls.
Yeah.
I feel like
No,
that's
I
really
didn't.
useful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then now it's like you see really like why and the
Yeah.
impact that it actually makes.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Definitely. Definitely. And Welcome Baby is a free services, and it's a voluntary program.
Mm-hmm.
So, like Ms. Leslie said, we enroll the mommies prenatally,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and if they didn't enroll prenatally, they can still have the opportunity to enroll after they deliver the baby at bedside.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're not, like really missing the opportunity if they didn't enroll prenatally.
Uh-huh.
And again, it's not also income based.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody that has the needs, like a teen moms
Yeah.
and first time parents,
Mm-hmm.
or like some having challenges or new to the community that, like the parent doesn't know how to navigate different resources.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
where we come in. It's not only about like the pregnancy, but it's like a family
Yeah.
program.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We touch
Yeah.
the whole family.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there are so many things that we do. It's not, like we have like a lot of tools under our belt. It's not just going into the home and do this, like, provide education. When we do like home visiting, sometimes we come in and we have like these certain topics that we want to discuss about safety and things like that.
Mhm.
But when you come in and the mom shared with you, oh, I'm having challenges with this, or like address some issues or anything like that, then we hold their space.
Mm-hmm.
We give them that opportunity to like talk about their needs, not just like what we intended to do during
Yeah.
that visit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about like the mom's needs at that time when we do visits. And of course, there are like some important topics that we discuss, like the safe sleep.
Mm-hmm.
We do educate that, like Leslie said, breastfeeding as well, and comforting kids, how to calm fuzzy baby, because that is one of the things, especially for a new mom. And it's like,
Yeah.
I did everything, the baby won't stop crying, and then they get overwhelmed. And
Yeah.
sometimes at that time, they're probably going through baby blues or postpartum depression, and then it makes it worse. And then
Yeah.
when we come in and we provide them resources, we give them guidance, we provide education, and again, each visit is intentional,
Mm-hmm.
based on the mom's needs.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. We don't have a specific what is the curriculum to follow.
Yeah.
It's an open curriculum.
So it's basically like you guys do your initial intake, you kind of get to know them, and then you're like, okay, I know what tools I need to bring bring into this now.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we do. They enroll at bedside. So when they deliver the baby, they enroll at bedside with our hospital navigator. Hospital navigator will do the intake and then refer them to which program would fit best for the family's needs. And Welcome Baby is a light touch program. After delivering the baby, there's only a total of 5 visits, including the nurse visit.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's spread out throughout like the program up to 9 months. Yeah, so with that, like each month, we call it an engagement point. Each visit, we have like a specific information that we want to share with the clients, with the mommies, that is, of course, appropriately for, their needs. And then on top of that, to whatever resources that they might need, then we provide those resources as well.
Then, Tamara, was one of the questions you came up with, what was it? Can you?
Oh, yeah. So
I was like, do you want to lead into that one? Because I can't remember.
yeah, for sure. So, in regards to building trust and bonding with your clients, how do you guys build that trust with, let's say, someone who might be a new immigrant to the United States and are afraid of programs like these because they are afraid of the risks of getting sent back to getting sent back. So what are some ways that you guys can build trust with them and ease them into the program without having them feel the fear?
I think a big opportunity to do that is the first visit, right? Because that's when we talk about how the program is is working, and also we say that that everything that we discuss there is confidential. We're not supposed to discuss with anybody. Just we just give the explanation that only in the case that we need to share information, we have to do it because we are mandated reporters. But other than that, everything is confidential, and also we kind of respect their cultures, their beliefs when we listen to them. And when they express those fears about I'm not applying for WIC because they're not gonna give me papers, they say, or they're gonna that's what they say. I'm not gonna do CalFresh because they're gonna track me.
Yeah,
Right?
that constant fear.
Yeah.
So you guys already have a client base that is undocumented. So you don't have to be a U.S. citizen to receive any of these services.
No.
That's so good to know.
No.
Yeah.
So we explain them that it's okay to apply. There's some let's say some resources that they can't apply because of that affect the the immigration status if in the future if they want to apply. But the ones they can, we encourage them to apply because it's open to everybody. But I guess the first visit is when we present the program and we start building the trust. The second visit is when they really and my experience is when they really open, and they let us know what are the needs, what are their concerns and things like that.
That's really great.
Yeah. Let's just piggyback on that. Yes, we touch different subjects, of how we can build that rapport. First of all, Leslie said, is just kind of assuring that we are HIPAA compliant and we do not release any of their information without their, of course, prior consent, unless there's a risk, right?
Yeah.
Because we are mandated reporters. But just building that rapport, trusting their, building that trust by just having their space and sharing and touching a little bit about their cultural background, that you're interested to learn about their family practices, their cultural practices, and you're respecting that, that means a lot to them. That means a lot to them. And sometimes also what I have experienced is like when mommies are going through depression, baby blues used to, sometimes it could go down to that path of postpartum depression. A lot of, not a lot. I've heard some moms that they, don't want to reach out for help. It's because of fear of if I am mentally unstable, they're gonna take my baby away from.
Yep.
Yeah, that's another fear.
That's
That's another
one.
fear, and and I always let them know nobody would take your child away from you for reaching out for help.
Yeah.
Because
That's
that's
a
the
good way to
thing.
put it.
Because you're reaching out for help.
Yeah.
You need help.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it is really like I'm glad like we all are from different culture, our background. We're very diverse, right? And with that, it's just like so nice to see that like in our community as well, and the people that we're serving. People come from different walks of life.
Yeah.
Different, not only different culture, but also different family dynamics.
Yeah.
And we all, all have to know and understand where they're coming from for us to be able to support them and provide services and provide resources.
Yeah. We also in the visits, if they are from another culture, we ask things about their cultures. They want to share something, the food, the traditions, things like that, and that is a good opportunity for us to open doors.
Oh yeah.
Because and for them to open and talk about their countries and all that, all the and we accommodate to their. Like we see that we have to take their shoes off. We do.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. We respect because that's what the
respectful.
And also if we have to sit in the floor because we do that.
That's really great.
Yes, and they have time for they have to excuse themselves because they have to do time of prayer, things like that. We respect that. And
those are some really great ways to build rapport.
Yes. Yeah. So I and the clients tell us, can you excuse me? No problem. I'll wait for you. No, and so they go. And we also learned that in some cultures we have to say hi to everybody because everybody is there to welcome us, right? So we have to say hi to everybody, and also in another well, we're not supposed to get anything from like a food, things like that, but there's some cultures that if we don't take what they bring us, then they get
it's kind of just that awkward moment where you have to just describe like I respect it, but I like policy.
Yes, but they say at least a bottle of water. So okay, I take the bottle of water. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, definitely something my culture does.
Yeah.
Is like what you mentioned sounds familiar to me because I'm like that's one thing they always do. Hospitality.
Yes.
It's a must. And like when you enter a room, you say hi to everyone in the family. Otherwise, you're looking at someone. The family's gonna talk about you. It's like, oh, they shouldn't say hi to me. Oh my God.
Yes. So we learned that, right? So we say hi to everybody.
Yeah.
We know that I guess the elder lady is the one prepared the little tray with the good.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. There you go. I know what that's all about. Yeah. Sounds familiar.
Yes.
You come in and sometimes you just especially the first time you just don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's really great what you guys do. Keep an open
Yeah.
mind, and you even like respect their culture and follow their traditions. So
Yeah.
I think that's very important for
Yeah.
people who work in public services.
Yeah.
It's something that maybe not all the other organizations don't follow, and I really feel like, you guys set a really great example out there of what people should do in a public service setting.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, no,
Yes.
definitely. And
Yeah.
when we enter the mom's home as a home visitor, like you said, we have like some topics that we need to touch. Like of course, like the infant safe sleep, right? Home safety and things like that. But we always ask the moms, do you have any like questions or any services or things that you want to know, because it's another way of building rapport is we want to make sure that it's all about them. It's
Yeah.
not about us, but it's all about them, their needs, and we're not going to know that if we don't ask them questions.
Right.
So
That's really great.
that creating that space for them, like, oh, she's interested about like what my needs are, how I'm feeling,
Yeah.
things like that. And sometimes they will say like, well, I tell more things, to the home visitor than to my own parents, because sometimes, like when they talk about those challenges to their like family members, especially a young mom, first time mom, then they feel judged.
Right.
And then when we
Yeah.
come in and we hold their space, and that's when they are becoming like more open, because we create this atmosphere that it's about them.
So as we're approaching the end here, what were like do you guys have any final thoughts that you'd like to add?
Real quick, just a quick question. So, what kind of like do you guys also handle like the mother's like partner too? Like you guys also touch base with them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we encourage them to be part of the visit.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's just so interesting, really quick, from my own experience, because dads see a different perspective than the moms.
Okay.
So when we do the ASQ, the Ages and Stages questionnaire to assess the baby's development, so we ask the moms like, oh, have you seen the baby doing this, or like be able to like kind of pull up or do like, whatever the questionnaire is. And the mom's just like, oh, I don't know. I haven't seen my baby doing that. And here comes the dad's like, oh, yes, he did. He does it to me. So it's just see how the dad has like a different perspective than moms when it comes to child rearing,
That's interesting.
But yeah, because mom's multitasker.
Yeah.
We do a lot. And then the dads, when they're playing with the baby, they're just playing with the baby. So they see everything.
Yeah.
They see as far as what the babies could do, right?
Yes. Another thing is when we see that there, because sometimes they go on the side, just we invite them, to
Okay.
participate as well. And
That's
how are
great.
you, Dad? How you doing? How they start saying, tired, because baby, and we started to ask questions about the postpartum as well. Because now
That's a
we're
good chance to
including
ask
them,
that.
Okay.
and we found out that they go through that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Interesting. Okay.
and we give
Yeah.
resources. We we help
Yeah.
them, and some dads take the day off when we do the ages and
Oh.
stages question, because
Oh.
they want to see their dad and they want
Yeah.
to show off, like, look what the baby can do.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh.
because he's gonna do it. She's gonna
So
do it. Yeah,
cute.
that's so cute. Yes.
And then,
Yeah.
okay, my final question, and then we can wrap things up. And I'm so, thank you so much for coming on. I mean, I think what you guys do for the community is amazing. And, I mean, going from 9 months to 12 years, that
No.
shows such a...
Excuse me, 15.
15. Okay.
Yeah.
12 on a,
Yeah,
12
with
with
12
AVPH.
AVPH, but
But,
15 years.
15
My
years,
bad.
yeah.
Okay. She said, no,
That's
no,
amazing.
don't get it twisted. Wow, but no,
Yeah.
like, literally, from 9 months to 15 years.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, amazing. Shows such an impact. So you guys offer services to everybody, correct? Like same-sex couples, everything, like
Yes.
Yes.
everyone,
Yes,
different
yes,
cultures.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
I think that in itself is like that in itself shows why you guys have such a lasting impact with the community to warrant 15 years of work.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
that's so amazing.
It's
That's
amazing.
Mhm.
We've
It
met
is.
a lot of wonderful people, wonderful parents,
That's
and
great.
it's just
Mhm.
also as important to acknowledge the dads, like you said, John, like inviting them
Mhm.
and also asking them how are they feeling as a new dad.
Mm.
That gives them such an like a big impact. Like,
Mhm.
wow.
Yeah.
Somebody checked on me, like us.
Well, I
How
mean,
am
I think it's because
feeling?
when we look at the media, sorry to prolong this, but when we look at the media, I think we see a lot of like, when you see the family dynamic, it's the mom does everything and the dad just is like, oh, like, is dinner ready? Like,
Yeah.
is kind of just like, So I think that's what a lot of people our age probably expect going into a family dynamic. They're like, oh yeah, like that's, So I think it's really interesting to see like that is there for comedic value or something. Like it's there for just for comedic value really. Like that should not be the family dynamic. Like it should be give and take. Like everybody has
Yes.
their role to play.
Yes.
Type thing.
Yes. And
Support.
and cultural background plays that role as well.
Yeah.
Because in their other cultures, it's the dad is the provider and everything about like the household and the kids, that would be the mom's responsibility. But inviting the dads into our visits, like kind of give them a different like perspective, because it's not only that, like we encourage them to, of course, interact with the child, with the baby, because they're building that relationship as well. And which is as important as building relationship with the mom and the baby is as equally important, building that relationship with the dad as well. And it doesn't start when the child starts playing sports. It doesn't start there. It starts from the beginning, from changing diapers to feeding.
Yeah. I think that's a perfect way to end it. Because I mean I could sit here and talk to you guys all day.
We can talk forever.
I know. You guys are so fun. You guys are so interesting. Anytime you guys want to come back, let us know.
Yeah.
I think we'd love to have you back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most
All
probably
right.
we come back with the whole crew.
A full house. Okay. That'll be a fun podcast.
Oh,
Right.
yes, it will.
Alrighty.
But thank
Right.
you so much.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry
thank
before you end this. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to talk about our program. Thank you for inviting us.
Of course.
Thank you so
for
much.
having
Thank you so
us. Thank you for
much.
coming on the
Yeah.
podcast. It was really great learning about your program. Great learning about you guys. Really great intel. Thank you guys.
Right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right. Thank you
Bye-bye.
guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.